Hello, and welcome to Avalara Next 2023. We're excited to have you here today. My name is Corey, and I will be your speaker. My primary focus over the next 20 minutes is to introduce you to extractors and how they work in Avalara Returns for Accountants and Avalara Managed Returns for Accountants. We will walk briefly through our new offerings, how to install them, as well as the monthly steps that you will walk through to reconcile your transactions. Throughout my presentation today, you may hear me use our product acronyms, so before we get started, I'd like to go over those. ARA refers to Avalara Returns for Accountants, our self-serve returns products. AMRA, or MRA as it is sometimes called, refers to Avalara's Managed Returns for Accountants, our returns console packaged with Avalara Managed Support to help a firm with returns prep, file and pay, and notice management for your clients. Let's get started. First, a little about me. I am the Senior Product Manager for both Avalara Returns for Accountants and Avalara Managed Returns for Accountants. I started my career more than 20 years ago in many of your shoes, working my way up through the ranks of a large CPA firm. While there, I gained a deep understanding of building a sales and use tax compliance practice centered around using technology to make processes more efficient and maximizing client satisfaction. After building the firm's compliance practice to serve more than 50 customers and a $500,000 business, I transitioned it to implementing custom return solutions for businesses of all sizes. As I transitioned to industry some years later, I found myself at a small startup building out a SaaS-based solution for sales and use tax returns, servicing small to medium-sized customers. My small startup was later acquired by a large business, and I enjoyed many years of working with the company's product management team, where I further refined my skills on building out sales and use tax return solutions. This eventually led me to Avalara about 2 years ago, where I helped to launch our 2 accounting flagship returns products, and where I continued to help map out and launch our returns products for accounting firms. Today, I'm focused on bringing even more features and functionality to our returns for accountants products, and I'm excited to share with you today one of those new features, extractors for ARA and MRA. Many of you in the room may already be familiar with Avalara's extractors if you have been working with your clients' AvaTax accounts. But for those of you that have not, don't worry. After today's sessions, you will begin to see the value that they can bring to your firm. First, let's answer a simple question. What are extractors? Well, extractors are simple data extraction tools that sync data from your client's ERPs or e-commerce platforms to our software to prepare sales and use tax filings in the US and Canada. More broadly speaking, extractors are API-driven pieces of software that allow users to directly pull data from their client source systems into AvaTax. Their primary historical use here at Avalara is to source what we call out-of-harbor data, or non-AvaTax connected data sources, over to our platform for sales and use tax returns processing and preparation. It is important to note at this point that extractors are not calculation tools. They rely on the calculations that have already been made by your clients when they collect sales and use tax from their customers. In other words, extractors pull data directly as is from your client systems into AvaTax, and they map that data to the necessary return for filing. While Avalara has almost 20 extractors available today, we heard from our accounting partners that they primarily focus on 5 platforms that we are launching into Avalara Returns for Accountants and Avalara Managed Returns for Accountants with our general release. You can see those source systems listed here: Amazon, Shopify, Walmart, QuickBooks Online, and Xero. In speaking with our firm users, we understood that adding these 5 extractors to our initial launch would bring the most value. So why Shopify? More than 1.75 million merchants sell on Shopify every day. Shopify has more than 2.1 million daily active users. Why Amazon? There are currently 9.7 million registered Amazon sellers globally, 1.9 million active, and more than 45% of those third-party merchants come from the USA. Why Walmart? Walmart online sales grew by 24% as of July 28, 2023. Walmart is one of North America's largest online retailers by web sales. And then why QBO and Xero? There are about 26.5 million businesses that use QuickBooks in the United States. Xero is used in over 180 countries by more than 3.7 million subscribers and integrates with over 1,000 third-party apps. This is not to say that these are all the extractors that we have planned for release. We will continue to build out more of these in 2024 and 2025. If your firm is working with a platform that you feel would add value to the market, please reach out to your accounting sales executive or customer account manager, or email us at accountants@avalara.com, and those requests will be passed along to me for consideration as we build out our 2024 and 2025 roadmaps for ARA and MRA. At this point, I may have whet your appetite a little, so let's dive a little deeper into extractors and how they can help your firm. Imagine a world where you can process sales and use tax returns for your clients without the need to download a data file or files from a source system and then upload them into Avalara's applications to prepare returns. This is the primary purpose of extractors. For our accounting partners, extractors allow you to shift your focus from the cumbersome process of getting data into our applications to prepare tax returns to more value-added work for your clients, be it focusing more on the review of the sales and use tax filings prior to filing to ensure accuracy period over period, or providing more accounting or tax work that will increase your margins. We have seen this proven with our partners that have been involved with our beta program. Internally here at Avalara, we have been using our extractors for more than 10 years to do this for our flagship product, AvaTax. With the launch of Avalara Returns for Accountants and Avalara Managed Returns for Accountants more than 2 years ago, we began to see our accounting partners ask for these tools as they were used to working with them directly in AvaTax to manage their clients' end-to-end AvaTax workflow. If there's one thing that we pride ourselves on here at Avalara, it is listening to our customers and responding to those needs to make taxation less taxing. Select partners have already been working with our extractors in the background of our core accountant applications for more than a year directly in AvaTax to gain an understanding of the processes, how it works, and the benefits that they can achieve with great success. They have also been providing us with feedback along the way to ensure that our release meets the needs of all our partners. Today, we are excited to show the future of data ingestion for ARA and AMRA. These features will be available for all firms with no custom build-outs necessary. After more than a year of development, we are preparing to make extractors available to a wider set of accounting partners. Firms like yours can take advantage of these powerful tools to streamline the way that you get data out of your clients' systems and into ours. With this release, you will now be able to perform the same actions in Avalara Returns for Accountants and Avalara managed returns for accountants directly within those applications that you are used to working with, rather than having to log in and manage these offerings through AvaTax. Setting up extractors in our applications is a very straightforward process involving only 3 initial steps. First, you will locate the extractor that you would like to install from our applications, ARA or AMRA. Next, follow the simple on-screen wizard that will guide you through a 2 to 4 step process to enable the extractor. Note that some of our extractors do require you to have admin rights to the source system, so make sure that you have your client's permission and credentials prior to installing the extractor. And finally, confirm that you begin to see your client's transactions synced to the application. The initial install will begin syncing extractors immediately. From there, our extractors pull daily from the source system into Avalara returns for accountants or Avalara managed returns for accountants. Once you have successfully installed the extractor, there are a few steps that you will take on a monthly basis to ensure that all of your clients' data has been pulled over to our applications and is available to produce accurate returns. Remember, extractors only pull data once a day. While this process is generally run overnight and transactions would be available to you when you log in the next morning, if you do not see the transactional data for the entire month, that is okay. Please wait another day and then check again. Because of the sheer volume of data that Avalara pulls from all of the extractors for all of our customers, we have limited this data pull to once a day just to ensure that our systems have enough time to process it. If you continue to not see data from previous days, our support team is here and ready to help. Next, you will want to correct any transactions that come into the system and produce an error. All data is as good as the source data, and you may still want to review your extracted data at this step. Once you become more familiar with how to work with the extractors, it will become a simple process for you to update error transactions in our applications, or even go back to the source system and modify the settings so that the number of error transactions go down. This is another area where you can provide more value to your clients. Next, you will validate that the reports in our system match the source system. This will further ensure that all transactions have been pulled over and returns are ready for filing. Finally, prepare and file returns. That's about it. While we are still in our limited availability phase of this release, we anticipate that extractors for our core applications will come online for all users towards the end of the year. If you are interested in being one of our initial adopters and testers, I'd like to encourage you to reach out to your accounting sales executive or customer account manager, or simply email us at accountants@avalara.com, and those inquiries will be routed to our team. Now let's go over some common questions that we have heard from our users about extractors. First, when will new extractors will be added? As I mentioned earlier, we are currently working on preparing our release schedule for 2024 and 2025. While we cannot say when or how many extractors will be added, we can say that more extractors will be added to benefit our firm users in the next 1 to 2 years. As we add extractors, we will keep our accounting partners updated, and you may have the opportunity to work with us in our beta and LA phases to be an early adopter. Second, do I need to have an in-house developer to install extractors from my firm? No, this is the beauty of the way that Avalara has created extractors. Simply walk through the steps outlined earlier in the presentation, and you will be up and running in as little as 10 minutes. Third, can I install extractors for multiple clients in one account? Absolutely. We recognize that clients may be selling on multiple marketplaces or accounting software solutions. You can install as many extractors for your client as is needed to bring in all of their data to our platform for processing. Additionally, if your client has multiple stores in the same extractor, those can also be configured directly within the extractor to pull that data over as well. And finally, how will I know when this new feature is going live? Well, there's a simple way to monitor this new feature that we recently added to ARA and AMRA. It's a new notification center in the shape of a bell icon next to your username in ARA or AMRA. We will share important news and announcements with you via this notification in the future. If you have any other questions, please put them in the chat and we will get back to you after the conference. On behalf of Avalara, I'd like to thank you for attending Avalara Next today to learn a little bit more about extractors and how they will be working with our AMRA and ARA products. We look forward to you next year. And again, if you want more information about today's presentation, please email us at accountants@avalara.com. Thank you for your time.